Trump hired him. Millions supported him. But today, he did something so reckless and disgusting, you'll be wondering how this man is still taken seriously. He says he's a freedom guy, but wait till you see what he just did with his grandkids. RFK Jr. recently claimed no Democrat has ever tried to lower drug prices.
I grew up in the Democratic Party, and every major Democratic leader for 20 years has been making this promise to the American people. This was the fulcrum of Bernie Sanders' runs for presidency, that he was going to eliminate this discrepancy between Europe and the United States. But as it turns out, none of them were doing it. It's one of these promises that politicians make to their constituents, knowing that they'll never have to do it. And the reason they'll never have to do it is because they know that Congress is controlled.
Let me just tell you right now, that is a complete lie. President Biden signed an executive order 14087. It capped generic drug copays at $2. It expanded discounts for rural clinics, and it helped make life-saving medications more affordable for millions. But what did Trump do on his first day back in office? He completely axed it.
Here's President Trump signed into law rescinds former President Biden's executive order meant to lower prescription drug costs for Americans.
All right, as you'd expect, that move created a lot of questions for Medicare and Medicaid recipients. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt's live in the newsroom with more on what we need to know about the order itself. Linda.
Yeah, first of all, good evening to both of you. And many Medicare and Medicaid patients tonight are concerned.
On his first day. And RFK Jr. is out here acting like none of that ever happened. But that's not the only lie.
Did you say that COVID-19 was a genetically engineered bioweapon that targets black and white people, but spared Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people?
I didn't say it was deliberately targeted. COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese.
Compared the CDC's work to Nazi death camps.
Senator, I don't believe that I ever compared the CDC to Nazi death camps.
It says that the institution CDC and the vaccine program, is your description of their work, is more important than the children that it's supposed to protect. And you know, it's the same reason we had a pedophile scandal in the Catholic Church. And another statement to me, this is like Nazi death camp.
He spent years pushing debunked claims about vaccines causing autism, blaming parents, not science. He said COVID was engineered to target ethnic groups. I mean, really. And he also said that vaccines contain tracking devices. The government is watching us. And during the measles outbreak this year, he told parents to use cod liver oil and vitamin A instead of real treatments. Listen to your doctors, not RFK Jr. He isn't a health expert. He is a hazard. And now, RFK Jr., Trump's hand-picked official, just filmed himself swimming in water the EPA flagged as unsafe.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the health secretary, swimming in a sewage-contaminated creek with his grandkids. But this is not The Onion. And then proudly posting pictures on social media. RFK Jr. Was posing shirtless in Washington, D.C.'s Rock Creek Park, where swimming has been banned for over half a century, due in part to a, quote, high concentration of fecal... Okay, I'm sorry, it's not The Onion. Fecal bacteria. And if that is not enough to give you pause from taking a dip, well, DC Water recently announced, talking about that creek, that it is preparing for emergency repairs on a large sewer line next to Rock Creek after discovering significant structural issues. I don't know why I'm laughing. This is disgusting. Joining me now, Harry Enton, to tell us something we don't know. So please don't tell me that that's absolutely foul and disgusting, because I'm well aware of that.
Don't worry.
Okay, but here's the thing. RFK goes and does this, all jokes aside. Most people would say, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
But what is their trust of him overall as health secretary?
Yeah, I mean, look, you would think when it comes to the Health and Human Services Secretary that you would trust the information that they would put out when it comes to health issues. But in fact, when you look at RFK Jr., little to no trust when it comes to health issues. Look at this. In December of 2024, it was 67%. Then he was on the month for a few jobs. You might have thought that that number might have declined, But no, it's basically exactly the same. 66% in March of 2025 had little to no trust in RFK Jr. on health issues. And again, I think it's worth reiterating, he is the Health and Human Services Secretary. He should be trusted a lot on this.
Yeah, so that 2/3 of people don't trust him. All right, you've got measles, you've got a whole lot of things out there right now, but
But get this, it wasn't just him. He brought his grandchildren with him. The water had raw sewage in it, okay? The area is closed due to bacterial contamination from feces. But RFK went swimming anyway and brought his grandkids. Why? He said it looked fine. Guys, it looks fine. This is the same guy who tells you not to trust science while ignoring every piece of medical evidence available. Trump says he hires the best people, but RFK Jr. bankrupts facts the same way Trump bankrupts buildings. He lied about drug prices. He lied about vaccines. He lied about deadly outbreaks. And now he's swimming in sewage with kids on camera. This isn't leadership. It's dangerous. If this is the best Trump's got, God help whoever's next. As always, it is a pleasure sharing the news with you today. You can find me on Instagram 24/7. Give me a follow, send me a message, and say hi. Until next time, have a wonderful day.